Welcome to Thailand News Today. I'm not Jet Gunther. He's the one with the hair. Jet will be back tomorrow, all thanks to today's program sponsor, tigerproperty.com. In today's main stories, we have a nasty jellyfish species making an unwelcome visit to Krabi beaches, a return of protest to the streets of Bangkok, an OnlyFans couple who have received the wrong sort of attention from Thai authorities, who seem somehow outraged by the shock of a couple making a video for private subscribers. Bet they had to examine the evidence for quite some time. And the latest in the murder of a pregnant Thai woman in Taiwan. All that's coming up in today's Thailand News Today on the Thaiger.
Today's show is brought to you by Thaiger Property for all your real estate needs in Thailand. Link in the description below.
Thai PM Prayut Chan-ocha yesterday asked demonstrators to respect the law, stating that the police are capable of protecting themselves if they're assaulted or provoked by anti-government demonstrators. But the PM says he's not concerned about demonstrations as long as the coordinators obtain the necessary permits and follow the law. The PM also warned teenagers who attended the protests to consider their futures, since any charges would appear on their criminal history records. He said, "Everyone wants democracy and the government isn't opposed to that. Officers won't initiate violence if the protests are harmless. Don't assault them, as they are allowed to defend themselves from harm too." The PM made the remarks after the Talu Gas Group held a protest over the weekend that expanded to various parts of Bangkok on Saturday and Sunday nights, with some demonstrators intensifying their protest near the Din Dang Junction. Given the chaos caused by the demonstrators, it was a surprise no arrests were made by the police. Many roadblocks were put up around the Din Dang Junction, and officers were said to have engaged with a number of demonstrators before backing away. Firecrackers and glass was thrown at police. Even explosives were thrown by some demonstrators, causing injury to 2 police officers from the Protection and Crowd Control Division. Police also report finding around 20 small ping-pong bombs in the area under the Din Dang overpass. Police are looking for a Thai OnlyFans couple who turned the popular holiday resort of Wang Nam Khao in northeastern Thailand into a porn shoot set. 3 of the couple's sex tapes were circulated online yesterday in secret group chats in the popular Thai Line application after they'd posted them for subscribers on OnlyFans. The videos, which soon went viral, feature the couple having sex in a resort room with a forest view through the window. The caption on the video states the location is at a resort in Wang Nam Khao, district of Nakhon Ratchasima. But the president of the Wang Nam Khao's Tourism Promotion Association is disgusted by the videos and says it ruins the reputation of the district. He said their sex content is unacceptable and the couple deserve to be condemned. "I don't believe the resort owners support these 2 online creators, and anyone with the same idea needs to stop now. Right now. I want the relevant agencies to take the case seriously and prosecute the couple to avoid similar issues in the future." Meanwhile, the Korat mayor contacted Wang Nam Khao police to find out the exact location used by the couple and their personal details, but both remain unknown at present. Pornography is still illegal in Thailand, and if found guilty of violating the Computer Crime Act, the amorous couple face a penalty of up to 5 years in jail and a fine of up to 100,000 baht for creating and publishing pornographic material. Over the past 2 years, thousands of Thais have opened OnlyFans accounts to make a bit of extra money whilst their businesses were closed down or they'd lost their other jobs. Whilst some sites like Pornhub remain banned in Thailand, there are still hundreds of porn sites still available. Or so I've been told. Last week, a Thai man murdered a Thai couple in Taiwan, the woman pregnant with twins, and stuffed their bodies into the trunk of a BMW near the capital, Taipei. The prime suspect, an Isan Thai citizen, fled Taiwan to his new home in Chiang Mai, northern Thailand, last Thursday. By the time police tracked down his movements, he'd already fled Chiang Mai. Police suspect he's now fled Thailand and crossed over the border into a neighbouring country. His current whereabouts are unknown. A close friend of the deceased couple, a businessman, revealed that the suspect and the couple were well acquainted. The pregnant Thai woman was a dual citizen of both Thailand and Taiwan. The suspect and the deceased decided to do business together, providing loans to Thai people abroad. At first the business went well, but eventually problems started to arise, amounting to the brutal murders that occurred last week. A Chinese motorist has been threatened with the full force of the law if she's proven to have been negligent in the death of a British pensioner in a road incident in northern Thailand. Keith William McVitie died in the motorbike crash involving a car on a motorway in Chiang Mai on Sunday. Footage from CCTV cameras show a female driver allegedly accelerating straight across the road from the inside lane to the outside lane and straight into the path of the 83-year-old man. The British pensioner was startled by the car and tried to brake, but was unable to avoid crashing into the back of the woman's silver Mazda SUV. He was flung onto the roof of the car before falling into the road, and his helmet came off in the collision. Emergency services rushed the Isle of Man native to the city's Hangdong hospital, but he died several hours later. Police investigating the incident revealed the driver of the car was a woman from China, and she's currently assisting them with their inquiries. Police say they're trying to determine whether the woman had been driving recklessly and if she caused the collision. Mr. McVitie was an experienced motorbike rider and had previously competed in the famous Isle of Man Double T race. The Ministry of Public Health will suggest to Thailand's Covid taskforce this week to remove temperature measurement devices and checkpoints from all the country's airports and other locations throughout Thailand, because he says there's no evidence proving that the checks prevent the spread of the coronavirus. The head of the Health Technical Office from the Ministry of Public Health says temperature checks were one of the first COVID screening measures introduced because the main symptoms of most patients was a high fever. As a consequence, temperature measuring devices and temperature checkpoints were set up throughout the country and became a constant welcome at just about every business doorway in the kingdom. Well, somebody's made a few baht over the last few years, no doubt. Well, now the Ministry of Public Health has reconsidered the temperature measurement arrangement and agrees the country should drop it as the pandemic situation in Thailand has vastly improved. Singapore removed temperature checks last year, while the US and Canada never even recommended the measure at all. The CCSA is meeting this week and is likely to have an answer about the future of the infrared temperature machines by the end of the week. Red flags were raised to warn tourists not to swim at one beach in Krabi after large numbers of fire jellyfish washed up on the shores over recent days. The fire jellyfish doesn't get its name from its pinkish red colour, but from its potent sting. You'll certainly know if you swim into one. Thousands of small but venomous fire jellyfish washed up on Koh Hong yesterday. The head of the local marine national park says the fire jellyfish are very venomous, and getting stung by one causes severe burning pain or even death in cases where there's a severe allergic reaction. National Park rangers expect the exodus of the fire jellyfish over the next few days as the monsoon waves wash them out into Phang Nga Bay. The Andaman coast's usual jellyfish menace is the Portuguese man-o'-war, which can also inflict nasty welts and stings if you swim into them. Well, just about jellyfish stings, if you do happen to get stung, we do have plenty of stories about that at thetiger.com. Just enter into the little search area at thetiger.com jellyfish stings, and you'll find out about how to look after them here in Thailand. A lot of research done over the years, particularly in Australia, about how to treat jellyfish stings, and all that latest information is currently used by lifeguards and medics who look after people on Thai beaches. But from me, Tim Newton, filling in for Jet Gunther, thank you for joining us on Thailand News Today. I'll be back again on Good Morning Thailand tomorrow with 2 special guests. In the meantime, thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.